So I had some free time recently, Jay.
Oh,
Guess
yeah?
what I did?
Play with some Play-Doh?
I wish. It would have been better than watching The Eternals.
Oh, the Eternals. Here's the thing. I haven't met anyone who liked it so
Not
far.
one.
Yeah, no. Everyone hated it.
The best thing they did is name it The Eternal because that movie was eternity.
Dude,
I stopped and went through it 4 times.
So this is the only Marvel movie where I literally like skipped sections. I've never done that before. I don't really even do it in movies. I was so bored. That I just skipped ahead to the action.
I mean, it made me love Captain Marvel. Okay, it made me not get angry that I watched Captain Marvel.
Oh
but
no,
still,
I'm like Captain Marvel is rewatchable. It's
compared,
good.
yeah.
I mean, we hold it, a little tier down as a Marvel movie. If it had been a different movie, not in the Marvel universe, it'd have been like 8 out of 10 for us.
But it's so bad.
It was so bad.
So bad. I know they're going through a new generation and we're taking time to talk about it, but it was so bad.
It really was.
Instead of doing a GBN, do you want to just do a B?
Yeah,
doing
let's
a good,
just do a
bad,
bad.
and nerdy. Let's just do a straight 20-minute bad. Let's berate it.
That
Rate a
sounds
movie
good.
we had no control over.
Yeah. No.
And I'm gonna go with my biggest pet peeve when I close my eyes and I think about why I was annoyed by this movie. Some movies are very self-aware, which is kind of funny, like when they don't break the fourth wall, but when they kind of like live outside of the world. And when they made fun, so it's a Marvel movie set in our timeline, the world, like it has its own timeline anyways, but they brought up Superman
A lot.
and they didn't bring it up like how they do it, like tongue-in-cheek, right? When they go, where's your red cape? It wasn't that. It was like, oh, are you Superman? And then be like, no, they call me Clark. That angered me. That angered my nerd soul.
It was just so cheap.
So cheap.
Yeah, I'll just fling this
And
at
it's
you.
like, your movie's not better than anything DCEU has thrown out. And they're not even good.
Close.
Yeah.
Not better than Man of Steel.
No.
Not even close to Man of
No.
Steel. Not better than Batman vs Superman, and not better than Justice League.
The original one, not the cut that we
Yeah,
loved.
not Justice League.
Yeah. It was just so bad. And it was so confusing. I get confused easy. Don't get me wrong. I get confused easy.
Not in the MCU though.
Yeah,
Because we've spent so much time in the world, usually it's pretty easy to follow. But like this one started talking, and I was like, "Wait, what?
Wait, how? Wait, why?
Yeah, exactly.
We did all that. Who, what, when, where, why, what?
Yeah, exactly. It was just so baffling, and the conflict was just so, I don't know. There was so much. My biggest issue with it was we had so many characters,
So many characters.
and I can't tell you anything interesting about any of them.
What about the one that's Superman?
Icarus? No, I don't know anything about him. Other than he flew into the sun for whatever freaking reason. I guess there's a spoiler warning, but don't watch it.
So wait, Icarus, who was known to fly too close to the sun,
Yeah.
flew into the sun in a Marvel movie.
Yeah.
All right, that's
And the thing is they said that they made up that rumor about Icarus. Like they made up the story for fun. And then he fulfills it, and I'm like, that is not poetic. That's stupid.
that was true.
Why?
The symmetry in his death, because he was not the pseudo leader, but he was like number one in charge. Like,
Yeah.
he was the lieutenant, right? Like
They were pretending he was Superman.
Yeah. He's like the moral compass, and then like the vow went wrong. I'm gonna make up for it by flying into the sun.
Right. I thought it was gonna have an Invincible ending where Omni-Man just flies off into the
That's
galaxy.
what I thought too.
That would have been cool.
Yeah. I
That
thought
would
he
have
was
been a
gonna just
redeeming value
disappear.
because it's like, where
There's-
does Icarus going?
Yeah.
That'll be cool.
Yeah.
Because I like the actor.
No, it was great.
Rob
I mean,
Snow.
it was a Game of Thrones reunion, but I didn't care.
There's even someone named
Jon Snow's in it.
Yeah, but there's also someone named like Sintra or one of the names.
Oh, they probably are all matched up.
Yeah, and one of the names is the same as a name in Game of Thrones. I can't remember the name now. Not Siri.
No, it wasn't Syria. It wasn't Sansa either. Was it Sansa?
Yeah, I think it was.
Okay, yeah, Sansa's the sister of Snow. Anyway, and poetically speaking, it was just nothing was good. Nothing was good about it. When it was over, I wasn't even happy because it said coming back soon.
Yeah, I know.
It's gonna chapter 2.
Boo. I don't know. Sprite, like, here's an example of like just manufactured conflict. I can't grow up. I'm so sad. And then at the end, she's like, "Well, I have some extra magic juju, so here now you can live a normal life." Why? Who cares?
Who
Like,
cares?
I just didn't care about. They had so many characters, and I didn't care about any of them at all. I saw an interesting thing where they said Moon Knight should be a movie,
Okay.
and Eternal should have been a series.
That would have been better because then you could have done each person a series or whatever.
Spend more time with
yeah.
them. I did not care about any of them.
And
Jon Snow's character I actually kind of liked.
Yeah, they didn't even talk about him.
He was in it for 15 minutes.
And he was a setup for something else. And no one, I'll admit, my deep cut of Marvel is not great. We deep cut way more DC.
Yeah.
We've been over it. But we know the classics. I had no idea who Snow's character was, but I was interested.
Dark Knight or something?
I tried, because they even mentioned the
Black
ebony
Knight.
sword.
Yeah.
They even mentioned the ebony sword. Like, that was a prelude for it, so I had no idea of any of this. It all went over my head. And then I tried to look at it, and it wasn't there for me.
Yeah. No. I agree. The only cool character you don't even see, and it was Blade. You hear his voice at one point.
Really? Say I didn't even get that.
Yeah.
Oh.
And Blade is...
That's right. Okay.
We know who Blade is.
That was the after. That was the cut scene for.
Yeah. Are you sure you're ready for this? I can't do a Blade voice.
I can't do a Blade voice either.
But I really like Blade.
Yeah. Well, because Morbius, right? This is a setup for. Is it a setup for Morbius?
I don't know. I don't know what universe is in what right now.
Okay.
That's the other thing with the MCU is it's like...
Because Morbius is a vampire, Blade's a vampire hunter. For those that to prove that we know our Marvel, we just don't know deep cut Marvel.
But Blade is owned by Marvel, and Morbius is owned by...
Is it owned by Sony?
Pretty sure it's owned by Sony.
Because it's the same as...
it's hard to keep track of it because Marvel was selling off... Here you go, X-Men to one branch of Fantastic Four, and here you go,
I was going to say in the...
Spider-Man.
He's going to pull an office. Snip, snap, snip, snap, snip, snap. You can't keep doing both.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't keep doing all that. It's too bad. Another thing that killed me, and I dropped my head now, but I'll think of it. Everything killed me. Oh, here's what it was. And they did this with Captain Marvel, which was annoying, how she's invincible, right?
Yeah.
And then in the first Avengers movie, we're getting attacked by aliens, and he doesn't realize to call her, because they didn't realize they're going to make that character.
Right.
So they try to make a callback for that. And then these Eternals, who could have stopped Thanos, and then they try to do a callback for it to be like, we're not supposed to get in the way.
Yeah.
Just to justify why they weren't there, why they were in the world, but nothing happened to them.
Right, and what doesn't make sense with that is if the Celestial needs everybody's brain jujus to absorb, to be born out of the earth, you wouldn't want Thanos erasing
why
half
didn't he?
of them.
Why didn't he stop them?
Yeah,
all of them, right?
And if Thanos knows about the Celestials, why would he care about overpopulation? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it just doesn't fit well.
It was too much.
Yeah,
it was too much. I wanted less, which I never said.
And the stakes were so big for no reason.
And it was
this Celestial is going to come out of the earth and kill us all. It's like, this is so unearned. Why?
Yeah, and why and you have to populate the planet to kill. And they're trying to justify the moral quandaries, which a lot of heroes have to do.
Right.
The flight of the few outweighs the flight of the many, Star Wars trope. But that's how.
Isn't that Star Trek?
Yeah, I meant Star Trek. Don't add me. Don't add me, nerds. But so I get the concept behind it. But for me too, they just wasted so many talented actors. Angelina Jolie was nothing. She was just like a shell of Athena, right?
Yeah.
The goddess of, is it Athena? You don't say the A. Don't pronounce the A. Anyway, they didn't utilize the best ones. And my favorite, I forgot his name, the one who, the Indian actor who got so shredded for the movie.
Yeah,
I love him so much. He's so talented. But I followed some of his workouts. I looked it up. I'm interested.
Dude's
and
jacked.
They barely showed him. Like, he just had a cut off sleeve, and that was it.
Yeah.
Because when he was doing the Bollywood dancing, and I was waiting for more of him, and I was like,
and why is he a Bollywood dancer?
Yeah, like it could have been just so much.
Like an actor. I don't. Yeah. That was kind of weird to me. Like,
there's a lot of, I hate to keep saying tropes. There's just a lot of stuff that they are more self-aware.
It was so lazy.
Lazy. That's the best word for that movie.
Oh, lazy. We have an Indian guy. Let's just make him a Bollywood actor. That's funny. It's like. Is it though? It's not really creative. No, it's just low hanging fruit.
And he's super talented. Like,
he's so good.
I don't know. And then they try to make fun of the Avengers. Who's gonna be the new leader now? And I'm like, guys, they didn't do a good job of joking.
It's just way too self-aware. Way too self-aware.
I mean, Spider-Man. That was the best movie we've seen. No Way Home.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they made fun of them. They made fun of me. They did it the best way you can to make fun of yourself in a movie.
Right.
And this one fell so short.
Isn't that funny? How do you even quantify what the difference is?
It's the same studio, right?
Right.
And they were out before.
And the jokes are similar, same theme.
Same theme, and because it's a little more of a lighthearted as you can be. It's not Ant-Man where it was like Ant-Man's a little goofier, which I love though.
I think it's earned too because we've spent how many movies would it be now? 9th. This is the 9th Spider-Man movie. If you include Civil War, that's true. If you include the Infinity Wars, it's 9 or 10.
Okay. We have 25 years of love for Spider-Man in the live action realm.
So when they're making fun of each other, you're taking that journey with them because you know what they're talking about. Whereas in the Eternals, when they say something like, "Oh, you're Superman," it's like You don't know anything about Superman.
Yeah, when they were making fun of Captain America and Iron Man, I'm like, who do you think you are?
Right.
You
like,
can't rip on
you
the
haven't
people.
spent any time with them.
And
And
they
you're not making fun of yourself. You're making fun of someone else.
Yeah, who carried the whole planet because they chose to fight.
Ow! Idiot! I hurt my throat. I gotta take a drink.
Yeah, it was just
keep going, Johnny.
No, I'm baffled at how, because like a lot of people complained about it, and I was like, I have a low tolerance high tolerance for me when I have to pay for it. If I'm at home, if I have time to kill.
Right.
So I was just like, even if it's a bad movie, it's a superhero movie. I'll watch it.
Right.
It's entertaining. And I stopped it 19 times. Like I just cannot. I gotta break it up.
Well, and that's not to say like, oh, I don't like movies where it's not the Marvel formula. Because you think about movies I like. I love Doctor Strange. Very different from the Marvel formula. Infinity War is extremely different, and it's my favorite
That's your
movie.
favorite one.
Yeah. Ragnarok is pretty different. Like Thor doesn't beat Hela.
I mean, Ant-Man
Surtur
is a
does
little
it.
bit not the same too. Like it's just an outside guy who's kind of like that.
Shang-Chi was good, and it's
Shang-Chi
a
was
new
hilarious.
Kung Fu. Yeah.
I love that one. That was one of my dark, because we timed it wrong. That was my dark horse of last.
Yeah.
Because it was actually super funny. I liked where it was going, and I want to see more of it.
Right. I only had like one complaint for that whole movie, so
Compared
it's
to-
so funny that Eternals just. Yeah, I was talking to my Uncle Sam, and he wanted to do this cast with us.
But we're just
he's
so
in-
riled up. I'm riled
Well,
up.
and he's in Disneyland, so
Have fun in Disney, Sam.
yeah, I hope you run into the Eternals.
Yeah, and take pictures with just them.
And he hated the movie. He wanted to do like an hour-long, terrible, just making fun of this film, which we probably should have. Maybe we will, but
I mean, we'll have more time with Uncle Sam, luckily. And we'll just berate
because
movies.
I'm evading my taxes. Oh wait, which Uncle Sam are we talking about?
Your Uncle Sam,
Ah.
not America's Uncle Sam.
Oh, okay. We'll have plenty of time with him.
Ugh.
Ugh.
Oh. But yeah, it was just a movie that was. It's kind of like imagine if there was no Far From Home,
Yeah.
and you're gonna be like, where are you going, Marvel? Where's this Phase 5 gonna go, bud? 'Cause-
Or imagine if there weren't those preceding Spider-Man movies, and then they were cracking the same jokes.
Yeah.
You would just, it would be so confusing.
You'll just be
even
like-
if you knew kind of the comics that Rhino exists and you know that Venom exists, but
You
they're
would-
making those jokes.
you wouldn't care about the multiverse. at
No.
all.
It'd be so
Yeah.
shallow.
Yeah, that's true. I just didn't know where, because Eternals are supposed to be the next generation of where Marvel
Oh,
wants
I
to head.
hope not.
I mean, where else are they gonna go?
It is the lowest rated film on IMDb out of all the Marvel movies. So my hope is that, like the rest of it, it's flown into the sun.
Or sort themselves out and keep the three good characters. I don't know. Or just
Or
build
the three good characters. Jon Snow.
He's not even gonna be in it.
Right. I'm fine with keeping Black Knight, Dark Knight.
I think it's the Black Knight.
Okay.
Because it's like the Black Knight in
Scooby Doo.
I was gonna say in like Robin Hood, but yeah, the Black Knight.
Okay.
Yeah. In a medieval times, there was the Black Knight. In the Ren Fair, which I always go to, which you hit and miss, there's always the White Knight and then the Black Knight.
Like Monty Python.
Yeah, wait a minute. Light, dark. Never mind. Anyway, so I'm better than you. That's what I was saying. Although you're Jon Snow now, so I'm jealous.
Ooh.
But I just don't know where they're gonna go. I wasn't even excited. They're because we're spoiling it. Good luck. If you haven't seen it by now, you won't.
You won't be
You're-
disappointed.
And you're lucky. When they brought in the Thanos' brother,
Yeah.
that was just the dumbest 15 seconds of that. I did not care at all.
Yeah.
I was talking to a coworker and she's like, Harry Styles is in it? And I'm like, watch the 2-second clip on YouTube and you'll get what he's about.
And he's not a
And that's
Titan. How does he look like? Thanos is crazy looking.
Yeah, I don't
How
know.
are they brothers? Or is he adopted?
Is he? Yeah, is it a
And
Loki?
it kind of defeats the whole purpose of the homeworld of Titan. You know, he's the mad Titan, and he shows his homeworld, and it's, been destroyed and everything.
Yeah.
It's like,
okay.
maybe they'll explain it. There are probably ways you can explain that and have it be
Yeah.
okay, but
And again, my deep cut on the brother is nothing. Maximus, I don't remember his name. That's how much I cared about it.
Maximus Aurelius,
No, that was
Leviticus.
we're thinking too much of Game of Thrones now.
commander of the free armies of the north.
Why did that's my favorite line.
You
When he
can't
turns
say
around.
Max.
Well, when he turns around and looks Gladiator. Good movie.
We had to put in some good, but because we can't give it to Eternals,
We
we're
have
going
to-
to talk about Gladiator
Gladiator,
momentarily.
Oscar-winning movies.
Maximus
Exactly.
Aurelius. What is his last name?
I don't know. Isn't it Aurelius? Or is that his middle name?
I'd have to look it up.
Anyway, so that was nothing. That was like a huge cameo, right?
Yeah.
That no one cared about because it was an end scene.
Yeah.
And that's like, where's he gonna go? They're gonna go that ragtag crew of wannabe Star Lord's crew of Guardians of the Galaxy. That's what they are, right?
Yeah.
Wannabe Guardians. That's what they're to me.
Yeah. It was such and maybe the Eternals exist like this, but it really just felt like, oh, let's just take the Justice League, make them lame, and then make fun of the Justice League. We'll have a speedster. We'll have someone who reminds us of Wonder Woman. Yeah. We'll have Superman with yellow eyes. Yeah. And then, I don't know who Sprite would be. Maybe the Martian Manhunter, because he makes
could multiply himself, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. And then there was a guy who punches. And his death, like, everyone was like, it was so sad. I was like, was it?
You didn't build enough of them. Like, we had on screen time, a lot of them only had 12 minutes.
Yeah.
Of the Eternals, right?
Yeah. One thing that kind of bothered me is, so you have the one Eternal. He's a father, right? Mm-hmm. And the way he's raising his kid is very like modern raising your child. Very, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Like, the one who made the atom bomb.
Violence is not the answer.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. Even though he just went in was like a very violent dude. Like, one, that's a little hypocritical, and then two, you're an eternal being. You lived through the entire existence of humankind. Are you really going to tell me that is your parenting skills? Is to be like 2020 parenting book 101?
Turn
like,
the other cheek.
Well, which I'm for, right?
Yeah.
But like to that extent, and the way he was doing it, it was just like you wouldn't be in that mindset if you'd lived this long. Yeah, where your parenting skills would be so, and it would have been cool. How do you explore that? If I've lived for so long, what are my parenting skills like? You know.
And it could be his first kid. Who knows? I mean, we don't know. We have no backstory. They could have had 100 families before that.
It's true.
Like
it's true. Maybe he raises each one to live in the society he's in.
Because
this is true. But you understand my point that
the
it just felt like
was the last time we saw them. So what happened in 500 years?
Like most of the movie, it just felt cheap to me. Like they weren't taking into account the world that they're living in.
Yeah.
They set up a story and then they don't live by the rules of the story.
Because they don't get involved. But they let Thanos destroy everybody.
Yeah, even though that goes against their plan.
Their whole plan, their whole mission.
Yeah.
We don't get it. Well, only one knew the mission, but whatever.
Also, Celestials. I don't care about Celestials. They're cool in that one little clip in... What?
They're really cool. I'm just kidding.
In that one little clip in Guardians of the Galaxy. But, I mean, I don't know. Have you seen the meme? So at the end, a Celestial shows up, and he's in front of Earth, and he's like, "You failed me." You know what I'm talking about? It kind of reminded me of Rick and Morty, where, like, yeah, some of them are going to have the head, but all the people down below are going to have his junk.
I gotcha.
Kind of like the homeless guy in Rick and Morty.
Yeah. So that was flying around.
Yeah.
So
that's the end of my. I've wasted too much time on this.
So Knights, to end this awesome rant, because we don't get to see each other face to face, so we're like, let's knock all this out. In order of watching, because people chronologically want to watch Marvel. Sometimes you get it in your system. You don't have to worry about this one. We can sum it up for you. Just Eternals don't do anything.
Don't watch it. It literally does nothing for the rest of this. It does nothing for
it. It builds for another movie, for other characters that aren't even in the movie itself.
It literally does nothing.
It set up 2 other characters that had nothing to do with the actual plot of the movie.
Yeah, I might have liked it if it was a show and they could have explored the characters and get to know them and like them. But I don't just like characters because they're superheroes or whatever else. I guess they have to be interesting.
Marvel's human. They failed one time. We'll allow it. You get one Marvel. That was it. That was your one. I thought it was Captain Marvel, but no, that was this one.
Yeah, after watching this one, I'm like, Captain Marvel is like, go ahead and take over on the Avengers as long as it's not the Eternals.
Oh yeah, don't let any one of them even near it.
No. As long as it's not them, Captain Marvel can be in charge.
Take over. She should, but she's not on planet.
Right.
Too busy.
It's like having chicken that doesn't taste great and then having like chicken that makes you sick. You know.
So it's sick. That's called
food poisoning.
Yeah. I was gonna say salmonella, but I couldn't think of the word salmonella. So don't eat raw chicken. And don't watch the Eternals, or do?
No, definitely
don't. Okay, that's the moral of the story, Knights. Comment below, follow us, and if you love the movie, sorry, not sorry. I'm glad you loved it.
They exist. Like, I read the IMDb reviews. There is an occasional 10 out there.
And you know what? Some people love the Green Lantern movie that came out with Ryan Reynolds. So what? I've seen horrible movies that people loved that I hated, and I've seen movies that people hated and I loved.
Right.
At the end of the day, as long as you like it, love it. But we're nerds, so we gotta cry about it.
Last week, Johnny forced me to watch The Notebook, and now it's my favorite movie.
That's because I was going through a very dark week. Nothing gets me out than Ryan Gosling. TMI. Or Just Right.
Just right.
Just Right.
More of a Jake Gyllenhaal guy myself, but
All right, Knights, and we're going to end the cast right there.
We will see you on the flippity flop.
Flippity flip.